T.H.E.M.E.S Agenda this week focuses on the activities and achievement of the Ministry of Home Affairs in line with the T.H.E.M.E.S Agenda of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's administration. Please take a listen.
We present to you another edition of T.H.E.M.E.S Agenda this week, a special report that focuses on the activities and achievements of the T.H.E.M.E.S Agenda of Lagos State Governor, the 45th in its series. Peaceful coexistence among people of various tribes, race, religious beliefs and ideologies most often are difficult to manage all over the world. Communities are often being thrown into conflicts and even deadly wars that leave destruction and hardship in the wake of glaring differences, which could be averted by the simple act of compromise. Lagos, on its part, a state often described as a melting pot for over 20 million people and their various ethnic groups, cultural diversities, religious groups and faith-based organizations, has been able to juggle the difficult task of unprecedented peace and harmonious relationship through its Ministry of Home Affairs. Into this special report on T.H.E.M.E.S Agenda this week, Sadiq Yusuf of our News and Current Affairs Department reviews the activities of Lagos State Ministry of Home Affairs in line with Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu administration's T.H.E.M.E.S Agenda. Lagos State has in recent years witnessed unprecedented peace and harmonious relationship of diverse groups, including religious and faith-based groups in the state. One key tool through which the state has achieved this great feat is the Ministry of Home Affairs, which came into existence in the year 1979. The ministry, which is charged with the responsibility of promoting peace and mitigation of crises through the enactment of relevant policies, as well as proactive coordination of religious and social groups, has undergone various stages of development and restructuring, both in nomenclature and responsibilities since its inception. Under the Sanwo-Olu administration, the ministry's activities have received a tremendous boost. Objectives and functions of the Ministry of Home Affairs include facilitating, maintaining and enhancing harmonious relations among faith-based groups and organizations, supervising the operations of both the Christian Pilgrims Welfare Board and the Muslim Pilgrims Welfare Board, controlling and supervising activities of money lenders, coordinating national and state celebrations and ceremonies, coordinating matters relating to public holidays and festivals. Others are initiating, formulating, executing, monitoring and evaluating policies and programs relating to home affairs, including processing registration forms of social clubs and religious groups and organizations, coordinating citizenship matters in the state, maintaining liaison with Nigerian Inter-Religious Council, and handling any other duties as may be assigned by the Governor of Lagos State. In recent times, especially under the inclusive governance of the present administration of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, this ministry has been able to achieve the objective of the T.H.E.M.E.S Agenda because nations can only develop when there is peace and harmony among residents, regardless of their differences. The ministry, under the present administration, partnered Nigeria Inter-Religious Council (NIREC) in ensuring that issues relating to religion are handled and tackled with utmost care. The ministry regularly interfaces with religious leaders through seminars and encourages them to enlighten their congregation on various issues that require collaborative efforts. Amid the COVID-19 pandemic, the ministry intensified its advocacy in collaboration with other relevant government agencies to train and retrain religious leaders on COVID-19 protocols and guidelines to be endorsed and enforced by the religious houses in Lagos State, done in conjunction with the Lagos State Safety Commission and the State Ministry of Health. Relevant stakeholders were also trained on how to practice physical and social distancing around worship centers, decontamination of worship centers before, during and after service, wearing of face masks and ensuring that all protocols strictly observed while proposing sanctions on non-compliance of the protocols, among others. Also, the ministry held a press briefing to intimate religious leaders in the state on the importance of using their pulpits to sensitize and enlighten their congregation on the protocol and guidelines of the state government towards the pandemic that is ravaging. This is even as there is a continuous monitoring and inspection exercise of religious centers in the state to ensure that the COVID-19 guidelines and protocols are strictly adhered to. This monitoring exercise is being done by the constitution of a compliance committee that was set up by the ministry in agreement with Islamic leaders and the Christian Association of Nigeria (CAN) in Lagos State. to monitor and inspect the compliance level of worship centers after the partial reopening. The ministry also organized and coordinated events such as the Christmas Carol service of 9 lessons, the Lagos State annual Thanksgiving service, the Ramadan Tafsir, and the laying of wreath ceremony at the Remembrance Arcade, Tafawa Balewa. Some of the ministry's ongoing projects and programs are the enumeration of churches, mosques, and religious organizations. The Ministry of Home Affairs is currently imputing data of every place of worship located in the state on a centralized database to allow the state government to have reliable data of churches, mosques, and their locations with a view to carrying them along with the state government's policies. It is expected that the policy, because of effective resource allocation and efficient management inherent in it, will bring about extended benefits to many more churches and mosques in the state. At present, the website has over 10,000 data of both Muslim and Christian religious organizations across the state. In the area of pilgrimages, the ministry is constantly improving its game by ensuring that pilgrims, both the Christian and Muslim, have the best experience in observing their spiritual obligations. The Christian as well as the Muslim Pilgrims Welfare Boards ensure that all intending pilgrims undergo medical screening to ascertain their fitness before embarking on holy pilgrimage. Commissioner for Home Affairs, Anofiu Elegushi, maintains that the ministry ensures that pilgrimages are carried out dedicatedly with international best practices, as Lagos is known as a pace setter in world-class service delivery.
We can imagine what will have happened if we had continued to worship at various centers before the pronouncement of Mr. President. Bearing it in mind, the population and the nature of Lagos State, to our religious leaders, we say thank you for your understanding and cooperation.
It is also worthy to note that every 16th of November, Lagos State joins the rest of the world to celebrate the International Day for Tolerance, established by the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO, to strengthen tolerance by fostering mutual understanding among different cultures, ethnic groups, religion, and people. Apart from religious matters, another mandate of the Ministry of Home Affairs is monitoring the application for naturalization and special immigrant status. Out of the 74 applicants for naturalization received by the ministry, 35 applications have been screened and recommended to the Federal Ministry of Interior for approval. And the state is also in partnership with foreign business owners who intend to acquire the citizenship of being a Nigerian via naturalization. The objective of the exercise is to grant the right of citizenship to foreigners who have lived in the country continuously for a period of 15 years and above with investment interest. The ministry also partnered with foreign business owners who intend to acquire the citizenship of being a Nigerian via naturalization. And with this partnership, the country and Lagos State benefited from the foreign direct investment, while the immigrant business owners also benefited by growing their businesses. In partnering with the private sector, the Ministry of Home Affairs is in partnership with the money lenders sector in a way that most of such organizations are mandated to register with the ministry. In return, the ministry registers, profiles, and monitors the viability of such companies in ensuring that while the money lenders are in business, the general public is also protected from scammers and people of questionable characters, while also regulating the activities of the companies. This partnership has greatly assisted small-scale business owners in Lagos to keep their petty businesses afloat without having to contend with high interest rates of the big banks. This activity has contributed to the microeconomic growth of businesses in the state. In the last 2 years, the ministry has registered a total number of 210 money lenders in Lagos State. Commissioner for Home Affairs, Anofiu Elegushi, speaks more.
They should be very sure that the company they want to lend money from should be a registered one from the ministry. And to know that, they can come to the ministry. We have all the list, so we'll tell them, we'll let them know the authenticity of that company.
Stakeholders expressed their satisfaction about the activities of the ministry under the T.H.E.M.E.S Agenda.
Religious leaders will have to disseminate information. Information is so crucial at this moment. There's so much ignorance in our society, and unless our people are fully educated, they may not be able to respond appropriately to the situation we're at. Nations are in crisis, but God has been so good to us.
The religious leaders are more closer to the people. So by doing that, they can be talking to their people in the mosque, in the church, continue awareness. I think it will cope, and then it will also bring down the fear in the people.
The Lagos State government did a lot because Lagos is the epic center, so it is expected of them to do a lot, and they did a lot, including for Islam and for Christianity, because we gather people a lot, apart from events and parties. So the government came up with different seminars, including sensitization programs. So we practice social distancing even at Eid prayer for last year, and then even for Ramadan that we did this year. And those who were sick were advised to stay at home by the government. So now people with health challenges that are susceptible were advised to stay at home. So imams were advised also to do these preachings to the congregation.
Even as Lagos State continues in the path of sustaining unprecedented peace and harmonious relationship among its over 22 million people and their various ethnic groups, cultural diversities, religious groups, and faith-based organizations, the administration of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu under the T.H.E.M.E.S Agenda has proven beyond reasonable doubt that it is capable of ensuring and maintaining harmonious relationships among Lagosians, irrespective of their class, beliefs, and faiths. This brings us to the end of today's special report on T.H.E.M.E.S Agenda This week, with focus on the activities and achievements of the Lagos State Ministry of Home Affairs in line with the T.H.E.M.E.S Agenda of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. For feedback, you can follow us on all our social media platforms: Instagram, Lagos Traffic; Facebook, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM; on YouTube, subscribe to our channel, Traffic Radio 961. Also, you can now download our app, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, from Play Store for more updates. This program is a production of Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. I am Abiola Fagbolagun.
You just listened to T.H.E.M.E.S Agenda This week, and it focused on the activities and achievements of the Ministry of Home Affairs in line with the T.H.E.M.E.S Agenda of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's administration